So a guy gets wiped out by the 2008 crash, then later builds two software companies by pretty much cloning and not chasing originality. One company crosses $30 million in sales and the other company reaches 1.6 million users. And the strange part is the product wasn't the main advantage, guys. And the guy's name is Will Cannon, and he's not in the visionary category creation lane. He's more of in the pick a market that already has winners, then compete by removing friction the winner can afford to ignore, and do it with distribution that doesn't require celebrity status or venture funding. So he has one app, it's called Uplead. It had $30 million in sales, 4,000 customers, 100K plus monthly visits, and it's a B2B data provider, pretty boring. His other app, which is called Signaturely, it's a bit more exciting, and it's a simple e-sign alternative that has 1.6 million users, 1.5 in sales, and 800,000 monthly visits. But guys, the big lesson isn't just the numbers. The big lesson is what helped him win in crowded markets. So he used platforms that can send you customers again and again, which is Google search and email inboxes, and he built products that fit those platforms. So one grew mainly through cold email and the other grew from SEO. So you guys got to keep this question in your head as we go. If these markets were already full of competitors, why did his versions still get attention? So this breakdown uses one main lens, which is platform leverage. How email and Google did a lot of the heavy lifting as long as the product matched the platform rules. So he pretty much chose the distribution platform first and built his products around it. So let's back up a little bit and listen to his story, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty. So Will said he started a mortgage company at 19 during the big boom years, which was around 05 and 07. Money was flowing, deals were everywhere. It's very similar to the cough season. So then 2008 hit, then the crash wiped everything out. And the reason why it matters for this context, guys, is a boom is like a moving sidewalk. Even if you walk slowly, you still move fast. And when the boom ends, you learn what skills you really have. So he had to rebuild with less money, less trust in the market, and no easy market pushing him forward. A lot of people would try something wild and totally new here, but Will noticed something smaller and more real, which is people kept asking him for lists of contacts. And by the way, this happens in many industries. A video agency notices clients always ask for the same edits. They sell a monthly editing plan. In online stores and e-com, people always ask which size should I buy, so they build a sizing tool. So the market keeps repeating a need, and that repeated need is the clue. So what about the lists? After the crash, Will says he and his wife spent about 10 years selling lists and doing outreach, roughly 2007-ish to 2017. That sounds boring, but it's important. Cold email is not just sending message, guys. It's a full ass system. You need good contact data, you need real emails and phone numbers, you need to avoid spam filters, and you need people to trust you. And you also need to follow up and have a sales process. So a whole bunch of boring stuff, but Will lived inside that system for years. He has owner market fit, guys, and that matters a lot when you're building your SaaS products. So this is why it mattered. If you do outreach for long enough, you stop caring about fancy features. You care about the core thing, about the one thing that breaks everything, which is bad data. And Will said that the data from vendors could be about 50 to 60% accurate, and scraping could be 40 to 50%, and they had to do a lot of manual checks. And even if the exact numbers change over time, the point stays the same. Bad data bounces and doesn't hit emails. So if you buy a list and it has wrong emails, bounces mean the email providers like Gmail doesn't trust you. And when you have no trust with these email providers, from my personal experience, fewer people see your emails hit the spam. And then when fewer people see emails, you get fewer replies, and fewer replies mean slower growth. So guys, in this world, data quality isn't extra, it is the product. So there was a reason why he was focused on selling lists, and the trade-off is money, time, and focus. So when you have these lists, you need a call center to verify numbers, and that is very slow and expensive. And that kind of pain creates a certain kind of software idea. And it's not a new world-changing product, it's a tool that turns a messy process into one clean step. So that's where Uplead came, because he kept running into data quality problems. And it's a B2B data provider with real-time verification and other signals, and it's boring, but it rakes in money. And they didn't have funding, and they learned heavily on outbound and strong positioning. So Uplead did not try to beat huge competitors in the market by being everything. It focused on a clearer promise, which I always say in my videos, and that niche is less wasted time, fewer bad emails, and more trust that the list is real. So big tools often get complex because they serve many types of customers. A smaller tool can win by serving one main job really well, and the trade-off or constraint is that in data businesses, trust is fragile. So if your contact info is wrong, customers don't just cancel, they feel scammed and burned. So Uplead's biggest constraint was, you must be right often enough that customers feel safe. And also, the market is massive. Many sources sell their data in the multi-billion-dollar range. So big market equals big competitors equals loud marketing. So guys, winning here isn't just be better, it's be better in a way people understand fast. And another example would be Notion didn't just invent notes, it made build a workspace feel simple. Canva didn't invent design, guys, but it just made design feel doable for regular people. Guys, clarity is a weapon when you're building SaaS. And also guys, I've documented my journey all the way from 0 to 10K MRR on this YouTube channel to then listing my SaaS to private equity on acquire.com. So if you're a beginner founder or an advanced founder and you want my team to help you not waste months building and marketing, book a call with me below and I'll personally help you develop and market your SaaS. So anyways, let's get back to the video. So Will says Uplead got its first $1 million in ARR, annual recurring revenue, mainly from cold email. And the useful lesson, guys, is not copy this exact email. The useful lesson is the platform rules, which means email providers reward senders that look trustworthy. So if you have an email address and you have low bounce rates, fewer spam complaints, steady sending patterns, then Gmail will trust your email and your emails will always hit the inbox. So let's connect that back to Uplead. If Uplead helps people avoid bad emails, it helps them avoid bounces. And if they avoid bounces, inboxes trust them more. That means the product also helps the growth engine. And why it mattered is because of this loop. Verified emails means fewer bounces. Fewer bounces mean better inbox placement. Better placement means more replies, and more replies mean more customers. And obviously, when you have more customers, you can spend more money to improve the product, and the loop keeps going around. So guys, this is not cold email made the company. It's the product made cold email safe enough to scale. And by the way, I just want to say cold email has real risk, which is spam filters that get smarter, rules change, and competition floods inboxes. So you can't just depend on one clever message or headline. You depend on list quality, trust signals, and clear positioning. And guys, when I titled this video copying the idea, I really just meant copy demand, then fix what's annoying. And Will explains his approach like this, which is pick a market where people already buy, find a unique angle, and get customers in a way that makes money, and then execute. So his unique angle idea matters a lot. He also mentioned don't just be cheaper. Instead, look at 1-star and 2-star reviews and find what people hate. You could also do this by checking Amazon reviews if you're in e-com, or if you're in SaaS by checking the App Store reviews or Trustpilot reviews. So reviews are like free research files. They tell you where users get confused, what they feel tricked by, what steps take too long, and what feels hard. So big companies collect review debt because they try to serve everyone. While if you're a smaller company, you can win by saying, we do fewer things, but we do the main thing clean. And by the way, guys, not every bad review is useful. Some people leave 1-star reviews because they expected the wrong thing. So the real skill is deciding, is this a real complaint, a real pain for a real buyer, or is it just noise? So in mobile apps, guys, lots of 1-star reviews say too many ads, and a competitor can win with fewer ads, but they must earn money another way. In e-commerce, lots of 1-star reviews say shipping took too long, and a competitor can win with faster shipping, but that costs more. So fixing complaints always has a cost. So let's move on to the next app, Signaturely. In 2020, Will says he saw more signal happening online. He looked at the market, he saw DocuSign, then he built Signaturely as a simpler option. Guys, DocuSign is very large. In the year 2025, their revenue was about like $2.98 billion. This was not a tiny idea. It was a simple version inside a huge market. And the reason it mattered was when a market grows fast, guys, new users arrive, and new users also want easy setup, clear steps, and less complexity. Big companies tend to keep building for big customers, which means more controls, more admin features, more security layers. So these big companies start out small, but slowly sunset themselves out of the simple consumer space. A simple product can win new users who just want to get the job done. So guys, Signaturely didn't need to out-feature DocuSign. It needed to be easier for a big group of people. And I do want to say, simplicity means you may lose advanced features, enterprise deals, and big contracts, but that trade can be fine if your main platform is SEO, because SEO is very consumer friendly. It matches search intents fast, being useful fast, and it reduces confusion. And many customers are already warm leads, so that's a plus. This is the method. Signaturely went from 0 to 1.6 million users mainly through SEO. And the method was build free tools in the simplest way, publish templates people search for, rank on Google, and bring users into the product. This is a known SEO style called tool and template SEO. And this was from a popular indie hacker on Twitter, and he just described Signaturely's organic traffic as that, which is backlink growth around free tools and SEO. So Signaturely also has a free plan that fits a try it first funnel. And the reason it mattered is because tools and templates are different from normal blog posts, guys. A blog post might be interesting once, but a template is useful every day. People search, rental agreement template, marketing contract template, how to sign a PDF, create a signature online. And guys, when you rank for those, Google keeps sending people and you have evergreen traffic. So this is like a calculator website that ranks on Google, but only earns money if people trust it enough to use the paid product. Or it might be a free invoice template site that upgrades users into the actual invoice software. Guys, SEO can bring traffic, but the product must earn the upgrade. So if you zoom out, there's two companies, two growth engines, and less single platform risk. So Uplead had outbound heavy cold emails and sales motion. Signaturely had inbound heavy SEO templates, tools, and that spreads platform risk. Guys, if inbox rules tighten, SEO still works. If SEO rankings shift, outbound can still work, but that also comes with a cost. You need two different skill sets inside one founder's world. So you probably need two founders, one with outbound needs, which is sales, lists, deliverability, follow-up systems, and another with inbound needs, which is content, SEO systems, patience, and product-led conversion. From my experience, most founders only learn one. So what's the big issues that could have killed the businesses? Number one could be if bounce rates get high, inboxes stop trusting you. So another problem could be Google can change the rules overnight. SEO is great, guys, until rankings move. I know GEO is very popular now, which is ranking on ChatGPT. So if you rely too much on the set of pages or one content type, a change can absolutely destroy your business. So the real skill building is many useful pages, real tools people link to, and content that keeps value over time. So guys, trust matters more when documents and signatures are involved, obviously. So when you're making an e-sign tool, the touch is very serious work. People worry about security proof, legal use. That's why big incumbents keep winning big deals. A simple tool must win trust through clarity, reliability, and clean user experience. And guys, copycats show up fast. Proven markets attract clones. I mean, just watch the Cal AI video I posted recently. And some indie builders argue competition can even help by growing the market because more people learn the category exists through the top of funnel. But too many clones means it's harder to stand out, ads get expensive, and inboxes get noisy. So you guys need a sharp angle, not a vague, me too product. So what was the turning point in generating revenue in these businesses? The key move was simple. Will treated distribution like a core part of the system, not an afterthought. So Uplead matched the email platform. Verification helped deliverability. Deliverability helped replies. Replies helped revenue. So to sum it up, Uplead scaled by matching the email platforms and Signaturely scaled by matching the Google platform. So guys, the copying wasn't the superpower. The superpower was copying demand, then building a simple path from I need this to I'm using this. So what does this video say about that specific market? Guys, big markets keep making room for simple products. DocuSign's revenue scale shows how huge the e-sign market is. And in huge markets, big companies build for a couple things, which is enterprises, admins, compliance, and integrations. And that leaves room for people like me and you for products built for speed, simplicity, and everyday users, and really just a simpler product for the normal consumer. And guys, this market is also evergreen because sales teams always want better targeting, fewer wasted messages in the email, and higher reply rates. This is easily a multi-billion-dollar range, and that's why new tools keep showing up. And normally people would just stick to a tool, but trust keeps breaking with these bigger platforms, guys. Workflows keep slowing down, or the tool just becomes too heavy with features. And Google rewards pages that match what people already search for. So if you match clear search intent, which is templates or a little mini tool on Google, or reach a clear ICP through cold email, you don't need to invent a new desire. You route an existing one to yours. So one quote to end this video off is Paul Graham's line, "Make something people want." And it's often repeated, but it matters here because it points to demand, not novelty. And this guy Will, his whole approach is basically don't guess what people want, find where people already spend money, and then make the path easier. So this is two companies, two big outcomes, and two different platform engines. And the quiet question hanging over this whole video is, when Google shifts rankings and inbox filters tighten, which parts of copy what works still work, and which parts stop working first? So that's it for today's video, guys. Drop a comment and check the description. That's it. Have a good one.